welcome to Boxing for Real. I'm your host, Don Omega. This is Iron Truth. Here we go. Let's do it. Okay, first thing we want to talk about to start off the show, Zab Judah and Don King have officially split. We reported it here from our secondary source last week, sometime one of the other shows, and basically Judah and King have split. Zab Judah is doing his own super promotions. Supposedly, we'll see how that goes. A lot of times we hear of fighters doing their promotions that don't seem to really take off, but whatever. The good thing is Judah is away from Don King.
Apparently, he wanted to be.
Hopefully, he'll turn his career around.
Yeah, he could get. Don't know who he would get with, really. Sure, somebody would want him out there, of course.
Oh yeah, someone would want him.
Somebody would want him. Maybe he can just start up his promotional company right away somehow. Don't really know how good off financially he is. Apparently he did owe Don King some money, but we'll just have to see what happens with his promotional company or who he signs with. Maybe he could team up with Winky Wright Promotions. He's just starting his promotions. Those two guys are very good friends, so maybe they could just...
They're both southpaws.
Yep, they could just help each other out.
That means something.
Yeah.
But anyhow, Zab Judah, he needs to get in the ring real soon again, though. It's about getting that time to go ahead and sign his next fight.
Absolutely.
I'd love for him to be the one to get the Margarito ticket.
Definitely. Abrams looking for a fight with Margarito for October 7th.
And he can get Judah real cheap.
Yeah, absolutely.
$8 million, $4 million. Judah would jump on $4 million. He took $100,000 to fight Spinks twice.
He basically fought Floyd Mayweather for free once he paid everything. He took, like you said, he took $100,000 to fight Spinks twice for the undisputed title, once in Spinks' backyard.
And I just want to mention this on Antonio Margarito. He's not being ducked by people. If anything, I think he's being protected, truthfully, because look at these people he's been fighting. His best two wins... Kermit Cintron and Andrew Six-Heads Lewis.
After Mayorga destroyed him, and I mean...
Cintron was a prospect. You can't really... I mean, he was overmatched prospect who had just been rocked in his previous fight from Teddy Reed.
Teddy Reed, absolutely. Teddy Reed is one of the most telegraphed punchers of all time, definitely.
He was washed up by the time Cintron fought him. Cintron got rocked by him
2 or 3 times. Got hit way too much by Teddy Reed. Margarito knocked him out. Cintron quit, if you remember. He looked to his corner, was crying afterwards.
And that's not a... He's not desert. He hasn't proven himself worthy of these fights.
Mayweather, Wright is just turned down to fight Margarito.
I think Wright should have taken it, really, for $4 million. If that's the real offer, Wright should have taken it, but I think probably it was more something like Wright was supposed to split $4 million, truthfully.
Maybe. Bob Arum is supposedly desperately seeking an opponent for Margarito on October 7th.
There's plenty of guys that would fight him. Paul Williams would fight him.
Luis
Collazo would fight him.
Zab Judah would take low money, as we said. Also, Abrams determined to put this on pay-per-view for some reason. With Mayweather, that was, okay, that's a fine idea there with Mayweather Margarito. Wright Margarito, I don't see that selling on pay-per-view, really. Showtime, of course, is going to have a show on October 7th. This would be on HBO pay-per-view. If Judah gets on that card, he's not signed with HBO necessarily, or Showtime, so then he could put this fight on Showtime. That would be great. I don't see Judah Margarito selling on pay-per-view right now, since Judah has technically lost 2 in a row, although I really consider Mayweather the only loss of his career. But absolutely, Judah steps in there. I believe he knocks Margarito out very easily. Margarito's very overrated, but Arum could easily set that fight up if he wants to risk Margarito. That's the question.
Yeah, I don't see Margarito giving Judah much problems. The only problem he would have is if he got hit a lot, and then, yeah, he'd be in trouble, but I don't see that happening. Yeah. Anyhow, let's move on to tonight's fight. Manny Pacquiao and Oscar Larios. Yeah. Pacquiao, I'm going to go ahead and give my pick. Pacquiao, TKO 8. That's my pick. I think Larios is going to run, and I think Pacquiao's just going to chase him down. He's going to have to chase him, going against a guy in full survival mode, and I think he'll get him in 8.
I don't see Larios running. Actually, I think he'll come to fight. He might land few decent punches here and there, nothing effective. I don't think he'll win a round, really. I think he'll come after him. He's got a pretty good chin, I suspect. He is coming up 2 weight classes from the 122 division. Pacquiao looked in great shape as usual, of course. He's got a ton of power, so I expect him to knock him out. TKO 7 is going to be my prediction. So.
I basically think if Larios comes out like you said he does and actually is stupid enough to try to fight Manny Pacquiao, I think he's going to get his head fucking knocked off in about 5 rounds.
Well, we can hope. But,
Okay, anyhow, let's move on. Also on the undercard was supposed to be Ray Bautista, but Bautista is off the card. He's sick and they've replaced him, so
the only fight worth watching tonight is Manny Pacquiao on that pay-per-view.
Yeah, there might be some guys, we'll see, but I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, we'll see.
And also, Paez Jr. is off the Showbox card that we had done a show
this
on.
This could be a piece of great news if they would show Jadon Codrington now to make Urango took on Nofel Ben Rabah for the vacant IBF junior welterweight title, which Ricky Hatton was, I think he vacated it when he moved up to 147. Anyway, the ESPN announcers don't know what fight they were watching. They seem to think Rabah was winning it very clearly. I seem to think Urango was winning it very clearly. He was pressing the action, throwing the combinations. Rabah was basically running all around the ring. He never really wanted to engage. He threw some combinations here and there, not much speed, nothing behind them at all. Didn't really even see him land more than like 3 punches very cleanly. Urango didn't get some great punches on him either, but he definitely landed the more effective punches. Thankfully, the judges did make the right decision, no matter what the ESPN announcers think. So Urango won. He's now 17-0-1, 13 knockouts. Somebody to keep your eyes on. He knocked out Andre Eason, which Fajardo didn't do. Demetrius Hopkins didn't do, which he doesn't have a lot of power. But Urango did do that, so he's going to be somebody to keep your eyes on.
He's definitely a prospect to be watching out for, and Rabah was throwing those punches. If anyone saw the Angel Manfredi versus Spadafora fight,
basically,
he was throwing those Manfredi weak-ass punches.
Yeah, the weak punches.
The touching punches.
Yeah, absolutely. And he reminded me a lot of Sam Solomon, who's also from Australia. Solomon threw a lot more punches. Solomon did throw more meaningful punches, but they have that same very awkward style. They're kind of all around the ring. So anyway, Urango won. Rabah's gone now, hopefully. So, you know.
And also, there's been news that basically it looks like James Lights Out Toney and Samuel Peter are going to be fighting.
On September 2nd, the Showbox card for that week, for that month. I'm going to pick Toney by a very lopsided decision. Peter he can't fight from the outside to keep Toney, he can't fight from the outside, period. He doesn't have a lot of skills. He's going to try to come in and rush Toney. That's exactly what Toney wants him to do. He's going to counter him over and over. Toney might even knock him out late. I doubt that. But definitely Toney, very lopsided decision. Toney's the best heavyweight in the world. He beat Hasim Rahman, no matter what the judges say. Rahman's the second best in the world by far. Rahman was in the best shape of his life ever. Toney was in the worst shape of his life. Toney's still beating clearly. Toney will dominate Peter. So.
I have to agree. Peter, he's got a puncher's chance, and he'd have to hit James Toney a lot.
Yeah.
I do respect his power. I do think it wouldn't take a ton of punches, probably not as many as you think it would.
Yeah, I think it would take quite a bit to land, because even if he's going to be landing a good bit, they're not going to be landing that flush because of Toney's excellent defense.
I can see Toney maybe getting hurt and getting in trouble that way. That's the only real way I see it happening, and if Toney comes in like a blob again.
Yeah, maybe.
Although Peter's a blob, but that's the only way he's ever been, so he can fight that way.
But apparently, the weight really doesn't affect Toney, as we've seen. It kind of did.
I thought it affected him some against
in the Rahman fight,
because he was stumbling around.
Yeah, that, but still, as we both saw, he clearly still won the fight.
Yeah, he definitely won the fight.
It's not that big a deal to him as it is to other fighters.
Though the judges didn't see it that way, they were wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, Evander Holyfield making another comeback. 43 years old, making another comeback.
August 18th on the to be shown on Fox Sports on the Best Damn Sports Show period against Jeremy Bates. If any of you know who that is,
You don't.
Wow,
Well, believe me.
that's
You don't
amazing
know.
if you know him. But Journeyman, hopefully Holyfield can get a impressive knockout win, maybe, hopefully, instead of losing again.
Holyfield, if you lose this one, you have no choice but to give it up as far as I see it.
Definitely. Glad he did get reinstated to fight. He has the right to fight, as anybody does.
Even though he's stupid for doing it,
Yeah.
he
has
that's
the
his
right.
choice.
Right, exactly. He's choosing to fight. That's his choice. They should allow him to fight. And good job to the Texas Commission.
If there is one.
If there's one, Houston, Texas
Who knows?
is where he's fighting. But good job to them. And so Holyfield back August 18th on Fox Sports. So
And
hopefully
there's
he can do
possibly an
something.
undercard on there that
Maybe.
we'll see about that though. And Jermaine Taylor also possibly fighting
Sergio Mora from the contender champion. Well, the disputed contender champion, because Ishe Smith clearly should have probably won that fight. Never saw the whole thing.
Who knows?
Yeah.
If they would have shown the full fights
Right.
of
The
99% of these fights, who knows what we would have seen. But anyhow, Sergio Mora,
against Jermaine Taylor.
I don't like Mora's chances. I think it's a mismatch.
I like Mora's chances. I won't go so far as to actually pick him. I think Jermaine Taylor's overrated somewhat. Well, not somewhat, by a good bit actually. I think he's lost his last 3 fights clearly. Wouldn't be shocked if Mora was able to beat him, but I'm going to pick Jermaine Taylor in this fight. I'm going to actually go with him on this one. Mora's a good fighter. He's got good skills, no power at all, but he's got all the rest of the tools are there. He's got them. I think he's actually a little more skilled than Taylor, actually, just by a little bit. But I picked Taylor to win.
No, I don't see Mora more skilled than Taylor, not by a long shot. I think Mora's still pretty green and...
Well, he is, definitely.
I
He's inexperienced.
I don't like his chances at all against Taylor. I think this is a stupid matchup, really. I don't think Taylor should even be entertaining this fight, but whatever.
And, well, this is a bad thing about it. They're actually thinking of putting this on pay-per-view.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
If you're not going to put Taylor and Winky Wright on, the guy who beat Mosley twice and beat Trinidad, dominated Trinidad, do not put Sergio Mora versus Jermaine Taylor on pay-per-view.
Do not put Sergio Mora on pay-per-view at this
against
point.
anyone.
Unless
Absolutely.
it's an undercard fight.
Yeah, that's fine. But not in the main event. They say that this can sell tremendously. Well, they're full of shit, to be quite honest.
Absolutely.
Lou DiBella, I don't know what he's thinking.
Taylor alone is not that big of a draw.
No.
Mora, no one cares.
People know him from the contender.
They're not going to buy him on pay-per-view
Yeah,
at this
absolutely.
point.
They'll watch him if they hear that he's fighting on free TV, maybe.
So you think that contender title will be on the line?
Oh, well, we can only hope so. That's a real title there for you.
Mora, throw that title away.
Yeah, please.
Don't be a jackass and come out with that stupid-ass, faggot-ass title.
That would be very embarrassing for that fight.
And by faggot, I don't mean gay.
Of course. But anyway, I'm going with Taylor on that one. Actually pulling for Mora in that one, but I'm going to think Jermaine Taylor's going to pull that one off.
I'm going to pick Taylor by knockout.
Yeah, probably.
I'm going to go 9th or 10th round knockout. Mora also looks very lanky. He looks like he could have easily fought at welterweight. So I'm just going to say Taylor's going to be the bigger guy in there.
Yeah, Taylor's a big guy.
And I think he's going to just, basically wear him out and get him out of there in about the 9th or so.
Yeah. Me too, basically.
And, well, that's the show for today. And hopefully you'll get to see the Manny Pacquiao-Oscar Larios fight. And enjoy. We've done all these at once, if you couldn't tell. We're wearing the same clothes and everything. Why not? Hope you enjoyed the couch. See you.